So this unit is looking at measurement, and to start off we need to know about our metric units. So these are looking at our units of length, mass and capacity and building through those. So down here I'm just going to get us to draw our conversion little charts here. So I preset these up, but what this means is we're working out how many meters in a kilometre, centimetres in a metre, millimetres in a centimetre. And if we need to find how many millimetres in a kilometre, I can use these steps in order to get to there. So if we think how many millimetres are there in a centimetre, there are 10. So to know how many centimetres, or turning centimetres into millimetres, I would times by 10. To find millimetres into centimetres, I would divide by 10. Here I'm going how many centimetres are in a metre, it's 100, so this is going to be times 100. And to go the other way is going to be turning centimetres into metres, I would divide by 100. Metres into kilometres, we have 1,000. So to turn our kilometres into metres, I would times by 1,000, and metres into kilometres is to divide by 1,000. If we're looking at mass, we're looking at our tonnes, kilograms, grams and milligrams. Now this one's quite simple as it's all the same. So there are 1,000 kilograms in a tonne, 1,000 grams in a kilogram and 1,000 milligrams in a gram. So these are all times 1,000 for these conversions, and to then go back the opposite way, it would be to divide by 1,000 for each one. So again, if you need to know how many milligrams are in a tonne, we divide by 1,000, then divide by 1,000 again, and divide by another 1,000. Or you can do it in one go and divide by 100,000. And lastly, we have our capacity, so talking about liquid in a 3D shape. So we've got our kilolitres, litres and millilitres, and this is the same as our mass, it's all 1,000. So timesing by 1,000 and dividing by 1,000. So once we have all of this, we can use this to help answer our questions above. So if we look at this first one, it says we're converting 242 metres, and I want to convert it into kilometres. So if I look at my metres to kilometres, to do that, I'm dividing by 1,000. So 242 divided by 1,000. And remember, when I divide by 1,000, it means I'm moving that decimal point 3 places. So this is where my decimal point would be at the end. So if I move back 1, 2, 3, I would end up with 0.242 kilometres. Make sure you put that unit on the end. For the second one, I'm going 30 litres, and I want to turn it to my kilolitres. So if I look down here, if I go litres to kilolitres, it is again dividing by 1,000. So it would be 30 divided by 1,000. So I'm going to move that decimal point 3 places, dividing by 1,000. So 1, 2, and 1 more. So it's going to be 0.03 kilolitres. And the last one, I'm going milligrams to kilograms. So I've got here milligrams to kilograms. So I have to do 2 lots of 1,000. So 94,000 milligrams, and we're going to kilograms. So you could do this in one go, or you can do it bit by bit. Okay, so this would mean I'm moving 6 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 0.094 kilograms.